Alright, Black Goose TV family, so this news that I'm about to tell you guys about is actually very new to me. I didn't expect to see this or come across this. I'm on BoxingScene.com. I see Daniel Jacobs' name in the headline. I'm looking at it, and it says Daniel Jacobs discusses split with trainer Andre Rozier. That is, to me, that's shocking because let's even go as recent as his last fight, Danny Jacobs versus Canelo Alvarez. The Zone did their own little HBO 24/7, and if you watch that, you were able to see that Danny Jacobs, man, and his trainer Andre Rozier, they seemed like they had a genuine relationship. They were very close. They started together. They've been through so much together, and that's what really they were talking about in that HBO 24/7. It was for the Zone. That's not what it's called. It's called 40 Days, I believe. Even if you look at his past, if you look at other interviews and interactions, you can tell that they're very close. And if there's one thing that everyone can say for sure is that they started together, and the relationship was something a lot of people wish they had with either their father, brother, friend. It was rare. At least that's what it seemed like from my perspective and how they spoke about it. Well, apparently Danny Jacobs isn't with him anymore. They split. I'm gonna go ahead and read a little bit from this article for Danny Jacobs. The hardest part about fighting Chavez Jr. might not just be the Mexican fighter being so powerful, but also the fact that he split with his longtime trainer. So check this out. I'm training for a challenge. This is what Danny Jacobs is saying. If you want for me to be completely honest, this fight is not going to be the biggest challenge I've had in my career. I don't think that's going to be the case. The only challenge I'm going to face is adjusting to the super middleweight division. Remember, this is his first fight at the super middleweight division, so that's interesting. He said he wants to feel the physique of super middleweight. He feels like Julio Cesar Chavez is more like a light heavyweight, so it's going to allow him to really be able to see what his skill set will do in that particular weight class. So, in September, BoxingScene.com's Tom Hauser reported that Jacobs and Rozier were at odds over money. There were some small differences. There isn't too much I'm going to talk about because I love Andre and have the utmost respect, of course. Says Jacobs, it was just time for the transition to happen. It came at the best time. I don't want to go into depth because I respect him and I don't like causing confusion, rumors, or gossip at the same time. I wish him the very best with him and his fighters and everything that he does. In a recent interview, Rozier was a bit more direct on the situation. Danny has to do what he has to do. I've got nothing to say about Danny as far as I'm concerned. I'm done with him. He hasn't been good to me. I treated him like he was like my son. Sometimes you have to let them go, Rozier told Michael Woods of Ring TV. Money changes some people, not all people. Some remain the same. I never wish any bad to Danny. Love the kid, but I don't like him anymore. Now, no prima donnas allowed. Wow. And you tend to see this a lot when it comes to long-time trainers splitting with their fighters. Fighters tend to stay away from directly addressing the situation and kind of, say the things you want to hear, and the trainers always seem to be a little bit more direct and a little bit more vengeful. You've seen it with Kovalev and Jackson. You've seen it with Golovkin and Abel Sanchez, and you're seeing it here now, unfortunately, with Jacobs and Rozier. And what this says to me, at the end of the day, is business. And a lot of times, because you spend so much time with someone, you tend to believe that it's more than business because you reach a certain point in life. But I think at the end of the day, everyone has to remember it's a business relationship, and everyone has the right to make whatever decision they feel is best for themselves because it is a business decision. Jacob says, I am fully in control of my career. Things that happen, said, I am just happy to have the liberty to move how I want to move. I have the best team, and now that I have this new trainer, I'm looking forward to learning and implementing new things. It's a new chapter. I'm excited. So, what do you guys think about this? All right, I really want to know. Real quick, I want to see. I'm going to read this too. Jacobs will lean on, Samad to make the transition to 168, a smooth one. For the Alvarez fight, Jacobs was fined $250,000 per pound in penalties when he weighed 3.6 pounds over the 170 rehydration weight limit on the afternoon of the fight. Wow, god damn. So how many of y'all knew that? $250,000 per pound. He weighed 3.6. So that's it's about $650,000. That's about $800,000. He was almost fined $1 million just because he weighed in 3.6 pounds over. So I wonder how much money he ended up getting back from that, because I think he only made about I think he made $5 million, $5 to $6 million. Got fined about $1 million. So he ends up with about $4 million after that. Say he's made $6 million, so he ends up with $5 million after that. Take away taxes. He made about $2 million for the fight, maybe. Interesting. So what do you guys think about this whole entire debacle? What do you think about Danny Jacobs getting a new trainer? What do you think about Andre Rozier's response to the whole thing, basically calling Danny Jacobs a prima donna and that money changed him? And what do you think about the fact that he got fined basically $1 million for weighing 3.6 pounds over the 170-pound rehydration weight limit against Canelo? Let me know what y'all think. Black Goose TV, as always, I'm giving you all the information y'all can't find anywhere else. Hope y'all stay positive. Hope y'all stay up. Much love.